after 25 years as the reigning queen of daytime television. In a moment, we're going to explore why she's doing this and what it means. But first, a look back at Oprah in action.
Hello, everybody. It's a new day job for me.
Good for you.
Lunch is on me.
You're awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever felt this way before?
To the most wonderful person in the world, Oprah Winfrey, our friend.
Oh, the energy. Joining us now from Washington is Washington Post media critic Howard Kurtz, Howie Kurtz, that's what we like to call him. And here with us in the studio is Tina Brown, the founder and editor-in-chief of the Daily Beast. Good morning. What are we going to do?
Good morning.
What are we going to do?
Well, you know, should we blame Sarah Palin? 1 hour with her and Oprah quits her job. I think, you know, the audience is going to have to just follow her, right? I mean, they probably will. I think she's a bit like Goldman Sachs, you know, she's too big to fail. She's maybe the one test of the big star who can take it all with her. Who knows?
Who knows? With everything that she has touched has turned to gold. And of course, we know that she's starting her own network, OWN, coming up next year. But Howie, from a business standpoint, discuss the significance of Oprah leaving.
Well, it's a big bet on cable television. Oprah joining forces with Discovery Communications to launch this OWN network. And here are the losers, and there's a pretty long list. CBS, which distributes the Oprah Winfrey Show, the local affiliates, mainly on ABC, who rely on her for kind of a steroids-like boost for their evening newscasts. And then you have the authors who will lose the platform to possibly become, you know, instant best-selling hits. And as well, you know, celebrities who are in rehab and need to go on their show, or politicians like Sarah Palin, who need a bit of image rehab. I mean, Oprah's show is kind of a destination, an event, not just a talk show.
Yeah, that's going to be a big void that they're going to have to fill. And part of the reason, Tina, that she has been so successful, she's so relatable. She's always let us in.
She absolutely has, Robin. You know, she has been one of the family for Americans now for 25 years. You know, it's because she shares, of course, so much about herself. You know, she has kind of created the culture, really, of sharing is caring that people feel about. And people just feel they can go on her show and say things that they don't want to say anywhere else. It's really remarkable.
But we saw something different from her recently when she endorsed President Obama, now President Obama. That was a big risk for her, many thought.
Yes, I actually think that was a mistake for Oprah.
Really?
Well, kind of brave in her own way. In a sense, you know, she had helped create Obama being in the White House without ever having to say so. Because when she came to fame, began her career in a big way in the 80s, you know, the civil rights battles had been won and the political battles had been won, but for African Americans, but the cultural battles still hadn't really been won. And simply by being this articulate, friendly, smart, but warm woman who people could bring into their homes on the television screen, she really did help to completely change race relations in many ways in the popular culture. So without Oprah, in a sense, maybe Obama would never have got to that position as president.
Like that.
And so she didn't kind of need to say so. It was implicit. And I think a lot of women felt that, you know, they felt a little sold out on behalf of Hillary, that she'd been such an empowerment figure for women, that it was a little harsh, in a sense, to abandon Hillary that way.
Yeah, it was.
You know, Tina, before we put Oprah on a televised Mount Rushmore, you know, she did occasionally make mistakes. She had an author named James Fry on, whose book turned out to contain lots of exaggerations and fabrications. But she apologized for that in a subsequent show, and I think that's the key. What is it that separates Oprah from the ordinary talk show host? She has this trust, this intimate connection with the audience, because she talks about her own mistakes as well as providing a kind of a sympathetic platform for other people, famous and not so famous, to talk about theirs.
So how does TV fill the void without
I'm not
Oprah?
sure that Oprah can be replaced. I mean, look, there are other names floating around. Ellen DeGeneres is doing very well in syndication. Katie Couric's contract with CBS is up in 2011. Dr. Oz in syndication as well. But, you know, when you have a figure like this who is so important beyond just ratings. I mean, she's got a magazine, she's an industry, as Diane noted earlier. I don't think it's so easy for just another talented, glib person to come on and fill that void. This is a blow for syndicated television.
And so, thank you, Howie. There's so many different ways of looking at it, Tina. The business aspect, which Howie brings, but also there's a void. There's going to be a void in people's lives without Oprah.
It's true. You know, I do know a lot of women who make that date with Oprah every day, and it does kind of lead a void. You know, interestingly, the only woman actually that I have seen, only kind of a figure that I've seen that could possibly ever fill that void, would be Michelle Obama, because Michelle Obama also has great empathy, great intelligence, a great sense of herself, a kind of dignity, but has a warmth and an embracing quality. I wouldn't be at all surprised if Michelle's post-White House career wouldn't include that kind of television role.
You always make us think, Tina. You always make us think. Tina Brown, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Howie Kurtz, have a good weekend there in D.C.
Thanks,
Thank you very much.